Counting down to pre-open, SP Tulsian of sptulsian.com is with us. Mr. Tulsian, good morning. Your thoughts first on this construction ban. You reckon the Mumbai-based players could be impacted quite severely?
See, Anuj, I think this is mainly the goof up between the two departments, Urban Development Department and Environment Department. And honestly, if you really ask me, probably I may sound a little optimistic, but I don't see that the ban will continue till next hearing on the 9th October, because if you see, the affidavit was to be filed in Supreme Court either by the Urban Development Department or by Environment Ministry. And that was the confusion prevailing between the Maharashtra governments, both of them. So I think that on an urgent basis, they will move before the Supreme Court, and maybe Supreme Court will put a penalty, or will reprimand the departments, and this things is likely to get sorted out. And again, there has been, though the order spells out that no new online projects, no new permission for the projects and online construction. So that indicates that all the construction, whether it is a residential one of the private builder or of the government agencies, will going to get stopped. But if you recall, in March 18 only the Supreme Court has allowed for this new project sanction and all that for next 6 months. So yes, this should be taken as a temporary this one, but I am expecting the relief to come in next 1 week or so.
Oh, 1 week. That's good to hear. Good morning, Mr. Tulsian. Now, of course, we have to move over to the auto sales numbers. I'll come to the positive numbers in a minute, the commercial vehicle sales. But the personal vehicle sales, Maruti, Hero Moto, TVS, what have you made of those numbers? Will the market worry or just leave it to Kerala?
See, Lata, first let's take that the commercial vehicle segments are seen to be extremely good. Whether you take the Ashok Leyland or Eicher CV segment, or maybe the Mahindra and Mahindra, again the commercial vehicle segment, whether heavy, light or medium commercial vehicle. So that is the respite, or that's a very positive news, because market has all along been apprehending that the things are going to be bad for CV segment as well. Come on the tractor sales, the July and August are always the lean months, so I'm not worried on that account. The August and the September and October are the bumper months. This time only because of the slight delay in monsoon and the festive season getting postponed by about maybe 15 to 20 days. Probably the best month of September up to October may spill over to November also. So we will be going to see the flattish kind of tractor sales from Mahindra and Mahindra, who have not yet declared the number. So I'm not worried for the escort sale. They have very much been online, and this lean period is coming to an end. So again, starting next month, we will be seeing very robust tractor sales numbers. Come on the PV sales. Yes, the things are looking flattish, and I don't know whether one can only attribute this flattish kind of performance for Karnataka flood, which definitely has contributed to the fall of the sales, because that kind of fall in sales has not been seen in the TVS motor sales. If you want to take a negative or maybe a flattish view on the two-wheeler segments, that they have not performed well. In fact, TVS motor has performed exceedingly well. Maybe in case of Royal Enfield, Eicher motor, yes, the things are looking flattish at about 70,000, but they have been facing some kind of inventory constraint and capacity constraint also, and that was seen in the month of July also. So maybe one can attribute Hero Moto, again the numbers were seen to be flattish. We need to see the numbers from Bajaj Auto, which have not yet been out. So overall, I can say that the two-wheelers have been not so disappointing. You can call them as flattish, but yes, PV sales definitely have been looked little flattish to disappointing.
Okay, Mr. Tulsian, good morning. Yes Bank is now down 15% in one fortnight alone because of all these issues surrounding Rana Kapoor. Is this a good time to be buying the stock?
Yes, Sonia. In fact, this is a good time. I don't know whether the things will really how long it will linger on. But on Friday, the corrections which you have seen, the extension having come to Rana Kapoor till further notice, that has not been received well by the market, which I don't read it so negative. Because even if one presumes that the Rana Kapoor has to get replaced, because if people have been talking of divergence, one may say that in case of Yes Bank, the divergence quantum is very high. It may be 2x or 2.5 to 3x, which has not been in case of other banks. But this divergence issue has been seen prevailing for all other banks. So I'm honestly no see any reason of worry on that account. And even if the replacement process has to happen, that's a long process. It cannot happen just by a rejection letter. The replacement process has to happen. That's a long process. It cannot happen just by a rejection letter. And the things will happen. The replacement will happen the very next day. So at least the process is as of now on. We do not know that what all has been transpiring between RBI and Yes Bank, but things are for the time being looking to have gone on a settlement mode. and things are looking positive because we have been keeping the positive view on all private sector banks also having corrected, whether to take a call on HDFC Bank, Kotak Bank, IndusInd and yes, more especially these four banks. We are keeping our hold call on ICICI and Axis Bank because both have risen about maybe 15 to 20% in last 1 month alone or maybe 1.5 months. So keeping hold or maybe not buying advice on these two banks, but on all other four banks like HDFC, Kotak, IndusInd and yes, we have a buy call.
Okay, Mr. Tulsian, do